mamas, I'm so excited to be guiding you through this 30-minute prenatal yoga class. Before we dive into it, I want to mention a few things. The first is that this practice is really for you. We are all at different points in our pregnancy, so please listen to what feels good in your body currently. And if at any point anything feels like it's uncomfortable or like too much pressure on your belly or baby, please listen to that and take another posture or take a few moments to tune into your breath and then join back in once you are comfortable. I'm currently 35 weeks, so if you also want to go further in some postures, please listen to that and feel free to make any adjustments that feel good for you and your body. The second is that our body is producing this hormone called relaxin during pregnancy, which means we are more flexible during pregnancy than we would be prior. This means it's important to only go about 70% of your flexibility range at this point to prevent any injury in your body. The third is to have any props that are going to support you through class. I like to have a few pillows nearby that you can use through different postures to support you, especially depending on where you are at in your pregnancy. All right, let's get started. So we're gonna start with a little meditation. So if you wanna find a comfortable seat, however that looks for you, I like to sit on a pillow so that my hips are stacked slightly over my knees. And once you have found a comfortable seat, softly beginning to close your eyes. And just beginning to notice how you feel in this moment. You have carved out this space to connect to yourself, to your body, to baby. So just honoring that space for yourself and inviting yourself to be fully here and now. Letting go of anything you've done before this and anything you have planned after, and being fully present. I invite you to begin to relax your body. So starting with the space around your jaw, maybe parting your lips slightly. Relaxing your shoulders down towards the ground. Relaxing the palms of your hands, which might be resting on your thighs. Relaxing your hips. Relaxing all the way down towards your ankles and your feet. And then I invite you to place your left hand towards your heart space and your right hand towards baby, towards your belly, towards your womb. This sacred space where you are growing life. Both of these centers holding really beautiful and powerful energy. And we'll begin to take a few deep breaths into your belly. So breathing in through your nose, sending your breath into your belly. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go. Again, breathing in, sending your breath into your belly. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Again, breathing in, sending your breath into your belly. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. And with your hand resting over baby, just sending some love to this growing life within you. Maybe sharing a little message with your baby. And then when you're ready, softly opening your eyes and coming back into the space. And we'll get started. We're going to move into tabletop position. So coming into a space where you're stacking your knees underneath of your hips, your hands underneath of your shoulders. And we'll begin just to wake up the spine here. So inhale, sinking your belly, towards the ground, gaze up, only going as far as feels good for you. And then exhale, rounding your spine, pushing your hands firmly into your mat, chin in towards your chest. Inhale, gaze up, sink your belly. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, come back through neutral. And just begin to take a few hip circles, moving your hips however feels good. Taking some wide circles. Maybe moving your hips back and forth, just tuning into your body. And as you're doing this, noticing maybe any tightness, any looseness, what's feeling in your body. What are you feeling? And then going the other way, if you were circling one way, shifting into the other side. And then we're going to bring our big toes together, our knees the distance of the mat, sinking your hips back, coming into child's pose. So bringing your hands towards the front of your mat and then resting your forehead towards the ground. Breathing here. With each exhale, sinking your hips a little further back. And this is a great resting posture. So if at any point you need a little rest, you can always come back to child's pose. Taking one more breath here. And then on your next exhale, bringing your right hand towards the outside of the right side of your mat, left hand towards the back of your right hand, and your forehead towards the mat. Side child's pose, so you're stretching into your left side here, sending your breath all the way down into your left hip. And on your next inhale, coming back through center in child's pose, and then moving towards the left hand towards the outside of the left mat, and then right hand towards the back of your left hand, bringing your forehead towards the mat. Breathing into your right side body. And then on your next inhale, coming back through center. Exhale here. And then inhale, coming back into tabletop. And then sinking your hips back towards a seat. We're going to do a gentle side twist. So lifting your arms over your head. Exhale, bringing your left hand towards the outside of your right knee. Your right hand behind your back. Gazing slightly over your right shoulder. Taking a few deep breaths here. And then on your next inhale, lifting your arms overhead. Exhale, twisting towards the left, bringing your right hand towards your left knee, left hand behind your back, gazing over your left shoulder. Breathing here, breathing deeply, in and out of your nose. Next inhale, coming back through center. Arms overhead, exhale your arms over towards your side. And we're just going to stretch out our neck here. So bringing your right hand towards your left ear, pulling your right ear towards your right shoulder, and just stretching out the left side of your neck. Beginning to melt away any tension that you might be holding in your neck or shoulders. And then releasing and coming into the other side. So bringing your left hand towards your right ear, drawing your left ear towards your left shoulder. Beautiful. And then releasing that and coming back into tabletop. So your knees stacked underneath of your hips again, hands underneath of your shoulders. And we are just going to step our right foot forward, coming into a low crescent lunge. So your right knee is stacked over your right ankle, bringing your hands towards your right thigh. Your left knee is connected towards your mat and just beginning to wake up your right hip here, lunging into your right knee. Option to keep your hands towards your right thigh, or you can inhale, lift your arms over your head. Breathing here, and with each exhale, drawing your shoulders a little bit closer towards the earth. One more breath here. And then exhale, you're going to release your hands into the inside of your right foot. And you're going to draw your right foot towards the outside of the right side of your mat. Coming into runner's lunge, you may need to lift your left knee up and back slightly. And you can either stay up towards your hands here if this feels good, or option to use a pillow to bring your forearms down towards a pillow. Or if it feels good for you, to go right towards your mat, bringing your forearms down. Wherever you are, releasing any tension in your head and neck, so letting your head fall. And sending your breath again into your right hip. And then if you're all the way down towards your forearms, on your inhale, pressing up towards your hands. And then on your exhale, drawing your right knee back to your left in tabletop. Shaking out your hips from side to side. And then we'll move into the other side. So bringing your left foot forward. Coming into low crescent lunge on the other side. So option to bring your hands out towards your left thigh. Lunging into your left knee, stretching into your left hip here. And then option to lift your arms over your head. Breathing here with each exhale, again melting your shoulders down towards the earth. One more breath here. On your exhale, releasing your hands into the inside of your left foot, drawing your left foot towards the outside of your mat. Coming into runner's lunge. Again, you might need to lift your right knee up and back slightly. Option again to stay up on towards your hands if that feels like a good enough stretch for you. Or if you would like to go further, listening to that and drawing yourself down towards your forearms, releasing your head and neck. Breathing deeply again, sending your breath into your left hip. And then one more breath here. And on your next inhale, coming back up towards your hands. Exhale, bringing your left knee back to meet your right. Shaking out your hips from side to side here. And then we're going to do a little bit of core. So it's really important that you keep your core engaged. You are wrapping baby, so you are pulling your navel in towards your spine as much as you can here. And then extending your right arm in front of you and lifting your left leg straight behind you, creating a straight line from your right fingertips all the way back down towards your left toes. Flexing your left toes towards your mat. Gaze is down towards your mat and breathing here. On your next exhale, releasing your right hand and your left knee, and then moving into the other side, lifting your left arm parallel towards your mat, extending your right leg behind you, right toes pulled down towards the mat, and breathing here. One more breath here. Exhale, release your left hand and your right knee. And then we're going to come into our first downward dog. So tucking your toes under, lifting your hips, coming into downward dog, pressing your hands firmly into your mat, especially your index finger and your thumb. I currently have to keep my feet very wide to feel comfortable because I'm in the 3rd trimester. So listening to what feels good for you. Pedaling one foot and then the other. Taking a few deep breaths in downward dog. And then gazing forward, and I want you to step forward. I'll take a few steps to get there. And then folding forward, making space for your belly. Bending your knees as much as you need. Releasing your head and neck down towards the mat. And on an inhale, slowly rise towards standing. Arms over your head. Exhale your hands through heart center. Bringing both hands towards baby, towards your belly, and taking a moment here just to pause, to find stillness. Again, sending some love into this part of your body. Then I want you to bring your feet hip distance apart. We're going to flow through a few squats. So you're going to bring your feet hip distance apart. You're going to inhale, your arms rise. Exhale, bringing your hands through your heart center, sinking your hips back, coming into a squat. And then inhale, pressing onto your thighs, slowly rounding your spine. Inhale, rise, arms overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center, sending your hips back into a squat. Inhale, rounding your spine, rise. Exhale, sink back. Inhale, rise. So moving through a few on your own breath cycle. See how low you can go at this point. Sending your hips back as far as you can. Coming into as low of a squat as you can. So as you inhale, arms overhead, and as you exhale, sinking your hips back. Making this as much of a fluid movement as you can. And your next inhale, come back through standing. Exhale your hands through heart center. And coming into a Malasana squat. So with your feet hip distance apart or just further than hip distance apart, feet tilted towards the sides, you're gonna slowly bring your hands towards your heart center and sink your hips down and back as far as you can go, bringing your elbows towards your inner thighs. And breathing here. This is an amazing posture to do all through pregnancy and even during labor and birth. This posture can really support you through that process. So this is an amazing posture to keep up with as you move through your pregnancy. And if you need to place anything underneath of your hips because your hips aren't going all the way down, please feel free to use a pillow underneath of your seat. Softly closing your eyes here and just being here in this posture. Softly opening your eyes again and then bringing your hands towards the floor and slowly coming back up towards standing. We're going to move through a little standing series. So bringing your right foot towards the front of your mat, left foot back, coming into warrior one. So your left foot is 45 degrees towards the outside of your mat, and your right foot is pointed towards the front of your mat, bending into your right knee. So you have equal weight between both your front and back foot. Option to bring your hands towards your belly if that feels good for you here. Or option to bring your arms overhead, clasping your fingertips and drawing your index fingers up towards the top of the room. Melting your shoulders down towards the ground. Pressing firmly with both feet. Drawing the earth energy up from both of your feet, feeling this warrior energy as we hold warrior one. Beautiful, and then drawing your back foot parallel towards the back of your mat, coming into warrior two. So still keeping the bend into your right knee, left leg draws straight. Again, option to keep your hands towards baby, towards belly, or to extend your arms parallel towards your mat, gazing over your fingertips, whatever feels good for you. Breathing deeply in and out of your nose. And then we're going to do a few warrior two flows. So I want you to inhale, bringing your arms over your head, straightening into your right leg, and then exhale, hands through heart center, bending into your right knee, warrior two. Inhale, extend, exhale, bend. Inhale, extend, exhale, bend, warrior two. Inhale, extend, exhale, bend into warrior two. Inhale, extend, exhale, bend into warrior two. Beautiful. Now drawing your right foot parallel towards your left, coming into a wide-legged stance. We're going to inhale, bringing our hands towards our hips. Exhale, bending at your knees as much as feels good. and folding forward. Bringing your hands either towards the ground or towards the outside of your feet, whatever feels good for you. Releasing your head and neck down towards the ground. Breathing here. Bending into your knees, bringing your hands towards your hips, and you're gonna inhale, slowly rise. Moving into the other side, so turning your left toes towards the back of your mat, right foot 45 degrees towards the outside of your mat, coming into warrior one on the left side, bending into your left knee. Option to keep your hands towards your belly, towards baby, or to extend your arms overhead. Wherever you are, equal weight again, between both feet, pressing firmly in your front and back foot. Beautiful, and then turning your back foot parallel towards the front of your mat. So right foot parallel, still keeping the bend into your left knee, coming into warrior two, keeping your hands wherever feels best for you. Option to bring them parallel towards your mat, gazing softly over your left fingertips. And then we're going to move through our warrior two flow. So on an inhale, bringing your arms overhead, extending your left leg. Exhale, bringing your hands through heart center, coming back into warrior two. Inhale, extending. Exhale, bending, warrior two. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bending. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bending. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bending. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bending, warrior two, and then turning your left foot parallel towards your right. Wide-legged stance again here. Clasping your hands behind your hips. So bring your hands together behind your hips. Inhale, open your shoulders, and then exhale, bending at your knees as much as feels good. Folding forward, bringing your hands over your back. Releasing your head and neck down towards the ground. Next, inhale, bending at your knees. Slowly rise towards standing. And then we're going to take our time and come back down towards the earth. Coming onto our backs here slowly. We're going to roll onto our backs towards the ground. And if it doesn't feel comfortable for you to be on your back, please listen to that. Take a few minutes just to focus on your breath. Come towards whichever side feels good for you. We're going to move through little bridge. So bringing your hips, your feet hip distance apart, and bringing your fingertips to graze the backs of your ankles. You're going to bend at your elbows for robot arms, bringing your fingertips up towards the top of the room. And you're going to inhale, bring your hips up towards the top of the room. Inner thighs draw in towards one another. Exhale, release your hips down towards the ground. Inhale, lift your hips Draw your inner thighs towards one another. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. One more. Inhale, rise. We're going to hold here. Breathing here in little bridge. And your next exhale, release. And I want you to come into happy baby. So grabbing the outsides of your feet, drawing your knees down towards your mat. Keeping your lower back towards your mat. And swaying from side to side. Maybe envisioning your happy baby that is coming soon. And then giving yourself a little squeeze, however feels good for you, either hugging your knees or bringing your knees towards the sides to make space for your belly. And then exhale, releasing into Shavasana. So bringing your feet down towards the ground, further than hip distance apart, arms alongside your body, releasing all of your weight down towards the earth. Again, if it's uncomfortable for you to be on your back, please turn towards the side. You can use a pillow underneath of your back, or you can hug a pillow on your side if that feels good for you at this point. And taking Shavasana again, however feels good, wherever you are, releasing all of your muscles, releasing any tension, any weight, all towards the earth. And I invite you to do a body scan from the top of your head all the way down towards the tips of your toes. Noticing if there's any leftover tension residue that you can let go of even more. Letting yourself relax completely. Releasing the awareness of your breath and just being for the next minute or so. And then slowly beginning to deepen your breath. Bringing your awareness back. Placing your left hand towards your heart, your right hand towards baby again. And as you breathe in, feeling your hands rise. As you breathe out, feeling them fall. And I invite you, as you're still lying down here, to bring to mind one thing that you can do for yourself today that is going to fill your cup. Meaning something that is going to bring you joy, doing something for yourself that you love. It could be taking a walk outside, it could be drinking a nice cup of tea in stillness, whatever that is for you. And taking a moment to honor this journey and path that you are on. Remembering that you are stronger than you would ever know. You are capable of anything. And then beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretching your legs out in front of you and your arms overhead. If you aren't rolled over to a side yet, rolling over to whichever side feels good for you. And meeting back into a comfortable seat. With your eyes still closed here, bringing your hands, your palms towards heart center. Taking a moment to bring in a thought of gratitude. Something that you are grateful for in this moment. And we'll take 3 cleansing breaths together to close. So breathing in through your nose, filling your entire body with your breath. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Again, breathing in. Open your mouth, exhale, let it go. Again, your biggest and deepest breath yet today. Open your mouth, exhale, let it go. I'm so grateful to have shared this practice with you. I'm sending so much love to you and your beautiful journey into motherhood. Many, many blessings to you all. Namaste.